My God. Half of me is like, you did not come halfway across the world to sleep. And the other half is, if I don't sleep, I can't be. So I'm like trying to exist between that half. Those two spaces. Good morning. I just stayed up so late last night that I barely got any sleep. But you know what? It's fine. It's okay. I think this is just like important training for my work, let's be honest. And yeah, I'm heading down to get breakfast because the event is starting at 9 and it's 8:30 right now. So I mean, I'm gonna arrive late there, I suppose, unless I magically consume my breakfast in an unworldly quick pace. I just washed my face quickly, and now I'm gonna head down. I mean, let's look at this. Then I'm gonna need to get ready. But bueno, I slept well. You know, the bed here is very comfortable. It's just I'm not sleeping enough. Like back home, I can easily sleep 10 hours a night. Especially, you know, when you go to the gym, it's really important to just get a good amount of sleep because your body needs it to recover. And you know, I really go like crazy at the gym, and so I really sleep a lot too. You know, you need it compensates, right? It makes sense. So yeah, I'm gonna go downstairs and have my chocolate muesli und Banane und der Milch und Brot, Croissant, Apfel, Schokolade. Aber ich spreche kein Deutsch. Ja, wunderbar. Vamos. So it is almost 8:45. It's 8:40. That's how time works. My muesli, my banana, apricot jam, pain au chocolat, a croissant. Sorry, you can't even see. And they have a automatic pancake maker machine robot guy that made these. And there's the Nutella nougat crème, nut nugget cream. What an interesting way to describe Nutella. And yeah, apple zap. Can't eat cow down, as my friend does have to say. And get to the second day of the summit. It is now day 3 in Hamburg. In the group chat, nobody is actually there yet, and everything starts at 9. I think they should have not done a party yesterday night. They did the gala yesterday night. It's Thursday, yesterday, and Friday, today. So why would it make any sense to do that yesterday and not today? Maybe they thought people would want to do stuff after, but they did it anyway, because you inspired them to. Had they not, they would have been getting home earlier. So anyway, that doesn't give me an excuse, but I was also up pretty late, and yeah. Let's see, I've never actually looked out this window. Oh, there's more elevators. Oh, service elevator. Yeah, this is Hamburg. So I'm going to get dressed now and head over. I'm gonna shower as well because this is interesting. and then probably arrive around 9:20 at the other hotel. So that was that. So it is past 9:30. Again, it's 9:35. I don't know why I say it's past an hour. If I ever say it's past some time, it's actually 5 minutes after that time, so you know. But ready to go. Today I am wearing what I call a sober maroon look. Sober because it's just a white shirt with some trousers, and it's usually followed by a night out. And I'm not an alcoholic, so no need to call it sober, but I suppose that's what being sober means. Anyway, I have my key, phone, headphones, camera. Ja, das ist alle wunderbar. Ich bin Amar, ich bin Kanadier und meine Spezialisation Biologie. No, I'm just joking. I really don't know how to say a lot of things in German, so if I start sounding crazy, I mean I already have been, but if to you, dear viewer, I start sounding crazy, just know that this has been like this for a while. Oh. Oh. Anyway, German elevator etiquette says you acknowledge people who are there and you have to say good morning. They will like stare you down. So yeah, not really that important, but I thought I'd let you know in case you were gonna come in this elevator with me. Well, you are, but you're not gonna say good morning, are you? Oh, and it's empty. There's a small probability that would happen. Dear guest, bitte beachten Sie beim Frühstück am Samstag und Sonntag. Interesting. Okay. That's so funny. Jesus Christ, the sun today said hello. What's so funny that the guy who enters the elevator, I'm like Morgan. I'm like Morgan, not Morgan, because obviously I wouldn't say Morgan, that's a disgrace. What did it say? Anyway, so I say morning and in German, and the guy's like morning. And then I was like, oh yeah, o sea, lo reconocí del desayuno. This Brit, he's a Brit. Said, you're from the UK, you're a Brit. And he says, yes. And he's like, oh, are you going to the show? And it's because my lanyard for the summit is yellow, although there are a bunch of different colors, I think 4 different colors. But there also happens to be a gaming expo going on. And he's like, oh, are you presenting, I guess? And I was like, nope, this is a different conference, but I just happen to have the same color lanyard. And he's like, oh, I thought I was being cheeky, ha ha ha. And I was like, you were, ha ha ha. Small talk with British people is always better for some reason. Is it just me? British people just have better small talk, let's be honest. Almost got run over by some cyclists. It's just treacherous here. You can even hear anything I'm saying because of all the traffic. And bloody hell, I need longer arms. Every time I sustain the camera, it's like here. It's like, no, you don't get to see all of me. So I need to actually hold it with my left if I want to have this. But anyway, it's treacherous here on the sidewalks of Hamburg. I was about to say Berlin, and I was also about to say the streets of Berlin. But this is not Berlin, this is Hamburg. I mean, did this trip make me want to visit more of Germany? If this is what German places are like, I'm kind of like, eh. But that's not fair because I know that Berlin, from everything I've seen and heard of, is completely different. And it's a city with its own rhythm and everything. And Hamburg is much too commercial to have that kind of impact. And it hasn't had that impact on me. But I would think Berlin might just. Although I have to say, the Turkish food here is so good. But I mean, Turkish food is good in a lot of places. But here, it's especially good. Maybe it's because they just have access to the better ingredients here. Let's be honest. On the order, on the other side of the pond, you don't really get such good ingredients. I mean, unless you are a botanist and you grow your own stuff. But yeah, aside from that, I think I would really like to visit Salzburg. But what does interest me much more is Austria, for its history, for its music, for its art, than some other places in Germany, let's say. If I was thinking, okay, go to Austria or go to Germany, I would go to Austria, let's be honest. But, you know, Mozart's from Salzburg, or did he die there? I'm sure he's from there. If I'm right, I'm right. If I had to give you a weird but on point description, Hamburg is like Mahler, the composer, and maybe that's why I'm just not really vibing so much with the city. But it's not to say it's bad. Of course, Mahler is very good, but not my cup of tea. So let's just see here. I'm good. I'm making some good time here. Yes, the classic plates and the construction scaffolding. An important addition to any scaffolding, integral to its being. I'm just crossing the Bundesstraße. It's very weird because, from my understanding, the B there, the letter B looking thing in German, obviously it's not a letter B, it's a double S. But then there's words that have double S's, and then that thing, whatever it's called. Yeah. Point is, I have to visit more of Germany to really get a better understanding of what this place is like. But I think I got a rather decent grasp at northern Germany, at least. Like any country, the north and the south and the center are all very different. In Canada, we have a different concept of what north and south is, because we are geographically sprawn east and westward, right? Which is also what happens in the US. It's like East Coast, West Coast. And I'm an East Coast kind of guy. Just all my life, never been on the West Coast, never been a West Coast man them. But I know for a fact I would love San Diego. Nunca he ido, nunca he visitado San Diego, pero I mean, it's on my Venus line. How much more can you ask? How much? Yeah. It's gonna be a miracle if you can actually hear me with all of this traffic and the train. The lights are green, so I'm going to no longer make a run for it because the lights have now turned red. Chale. Eh bien, let's see. Die Revolution braucht dich, Genosse. Maybe I shouldn't give my platform to communists. Yeah, let's not do that. Okay, here's another weird thing I've just realized about German Staats- und Universitätsbibliothek. No, here's another thing. This place always gives me free Wi-Fi thanks to Edgar Rome, so I sometimes when I'm walking back to the hotel, I stop and I'm like checking my messages here. But anyway, what I noticed when Germans are crossing the street, one, here in Germany, in case you didn't know, you don't jaywalk. You don't bolt across the street if there are no cars coming. You wait. You wait at the stoplight. You wait for the pedestrian, the lollipop man, or whatever, to say go ahead. But what is curious about the way Germans actually cross the street is they don't walk in a bloody straight line. Why not? They walk like this or like that, but they never walk like this. And I don't understand. Anywhere else in the world, when you cross the street, you always walk straight until you have crossed the street. I mean, in Asia, they have intersections with like 6 different streets, and so crossing it is like zoom, 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 like a whole star format. Completely different. But in the West, you follow straight lines pretty much all the time. Am I crazy? Am I just imagining this? Is there a science behind the way pedestrians move? Of course there is. There's a science behind everything. I mean, if you think about why things are designed, it's because they want you to follow things a certain way. So, definitely there's a reason behind why streets and crosswalks are the way they are. So, given that assumption, it makes sense that they would assume, again, people walk in a specific way. And maybe it's just part of that rigid culture aspect here. But, who knows? Who knows? They only seem to walk straight when they are in huge groups like this. Because otherwise, they zigzag all over the place. I just don't get it. And it's not a question of efficiency. It's not efficient to zigzag across the street. Every time I walk by here, I pass this Kunstgalerie Hamburg Zürich Eingang. I think Eingang is entrance, but it's like the Buddha or something. Well, they have the Buddha. It's an Asian inspired, well, it's not inspired, it's an Asian gallery. They have like Asian art, Buddhist like art. So I don't know what you call that genre of art, but yeah, practically there. And my arms are killing me, so I'm gonna stop vlogging. And I think I need to do more lateral raises in the gym just so I can get used to how I'm sustaining this camera that doesn't weigh a lot, but y'all already know. You'd be like doing, I don't know, 40-pound dumbbells, then you try and do like a 10 or 15-pound lateral raise and you just can't. These people are crossing the street without waiting for the light. Well, when in, oh, never mind, it just turned green. Oh, God. Spoke too soon. Bueno. Everything has already started. I know I'm really late at this point, but I'm here for the right time because the event that was most interesting to me anyway this morning started at 9:50 and it is now 9:50. Perfetto. Oh, yesterday night at the gala, I got really confused for a second, and the waiter was like, wine, white wine, and I was like, oh, nine, grazie. But it was very noisy, so all she heard was the grazie, and then she was like, oh, prego, and I was like, I mean, nein, vielen Dank. I didn't mean grazie. It's just confusing sometimes, and since I have been so out of practice with Italian, it's extra confusing because I've been re-kicking it in very fast when I was speaking with the Italians. Hola, buenos días. ¿Cómo estás? Sí, estoy bien. Let's pay. We just walked out for a little dart. So yeah, I'm now here and it's time to enter the actual space. Now I have my jacket and I'm cooking, but do they actually have birds here? Oh my god, what? Selfie point indeed. Hello. I'm sorry you're trapped in there, that's sad. You have like no space, my friend. I need to steal him and bring him to the Aviaria de Polanco. I actually got bit there. I went to this bird atrium in Polanco in the summer, and a bird literally bit me, and he cut my stomach. Because he like bit me on my stomach. He was like crawling all over me. Und ja. When did you guys start this business? Well, okay, I'm gonna be quiet now. 2018. Okay. Since then, it's been a little bit of a journey.
Do you want to increase the size of the slide?
The correct one more.
Technology.
Are you ready? And go.
I am Samir from Be Aware, future of deaf safety and communication. Frank is a 16-year-old young boy who was born deaf. Every day he commutes in the dangerous city of Detroit to get to high school, and his disability never affected him adversely. It never affected him adversely. Then one day, Frank got punched on the street because a stranger was mad that Frank couldn't respond to him. Frank's father told me that he became anxious for his son's well-being.
So we just wrapped up lunch, so it's a whole load of things that I can't even tell you what it was. I can tell you there was aubergine salad, fish, also a bird of some kind, turnips, like a lot of very German Asian foods, which I think is the concept of modern fine dining here in Germany. It's German food and Asian food with a little bit of European-esque elements. Next up we have a panel on the EU Value Chain Act with the head of international economic policy and foreign trade law for the German Chamber of Commerce and foreign trade executive and the European Parliament for the member for the Bündnis Die Grünen 90 element. Not really sure how European Parliament is structured all that well, to be quite honest, but point is, in about 15 minutes we're probably going to be wrapped up here and heading over there. Lunch was very good. The best part, I have to say, was the dessert. Creme brulee and a vanilla chocolate mousse, and then also fruits and rice pudding with mango. Again, rice pudding with mango, very Asian in my opinion, but that was really well done. Some other plates that are German, Indian-esque, Asian-esque, not that good. Hello Leute. So coming right up in a few minutes is going to be a B2B networking session, and where I am currently at means that I don't need to take anybody's time or space, and I'm gonna let other delegations and other members network and speak, because I've already met and spoken to a lot of people. Instead, I'm gonna go and explore Hamburg city, do a little shopping, and just get to see what the actual water-like areas of Hamburg and the inner core are, because I haven't had a lot of time to step on out and check that out. So I have found a quarter that seems like it has shops and that sort of thing, and of course some very important people's birthdays are coming up, so I am heading there right now. It's about a 15-minute walk, which means I'll probably do it in 10. And it's actually right near where I had the donor last time, so I'm already familiar with the area. Let's go. Hello. So I did a little tiny bit of damage, nothing huge. But I have two important people, one in particular that I am buying for. That is all I did. I went to the shops, popped about. What I did notice was that a lot of my friends have very, very German styles. I based that on the fact that what mannequins are styled like, what people are styled like, and Modern Warfare 2. Wasn't there already a Modern Warfare 2 like 10 years ago? Anyway, I based it on that, and I figured out that I think, by the way, this is the Hamza kebab place. It's really delicious. I'm sure I'll attach the address here. But I figured out that a lot of my friends, especially the Latin American ones, their fashion is, if they're buying like a fashion that's like low mid, like Zara or H&M and upwards, anything like that. If they're buying in the Tianguis, then the fashion is very Latin American. But anything else that's like Zara, again, like I said, or H&M, C&A, Bershka, you know, obviously these are a lot of European brands. Makes sense why I would say they have that German style to them. Did you see that guy seated with the Lime scooter? It is 45 past. The hotel is right in front of me, thank God. Because the communique signing, which is very important to attend, is happening in 5 minutes. So I'm gonna look a little funny holding shopping bags, but I am so bloody thirsty that I can't even care. I just don't care. So, let's go. So the summit has come to an end, and now the Canadian team is going to meet up for a little debrief, and we're going to decide where we're going to grab dinner. No, I look like a ghost there. Okay, that's better. So we're going to decide where we're going to have dinner, and I need to go back to the hotel anyway and freshen up, get my phone charging because it is dead, which means I'm going to most likely have a very boring walk back to my hotel without any music. Unless I vlog, then I'll keep myself busy speaking to you. But I am extremely exhausted, so no promises. It was an amazing time here in Hamburg. Could it have been better? Yes, but that's with a lot of things in life. Nevertheless, the people are what made it extremely worth the experience. And now I have even more contacts, so that's always a good thing, especially when you like to travel and get around like me and work abroad as well. And yeah, waiting on the Canadian group to come together fully, make a decision, choose where we're gonna go get dinner, and then I can do everything that I just mentioned. Just got back to the hotel, the shopping, my hair looks like ridiculous. What is the meaning of this? This is what happens when you don't have a hairspray. Anyway, oh, my camera is detecting a face up in the corner, what the hell. I'm happy to be here. I took a cab because I was just really exhausted, but it wasn't expensive at all, so yeah.